People think the best way to fix an anterior pelvic tilt is by tucking their hips and sucking in their gut. Here's why that doesn't work long term and what you should do instead. The reason why anterior tilt exists in the first place is because it changes the orientation of the hip joint. It allows you to produce more internal rotation. Now, you need to do this to put force into the ground. So to some extent, it's normal. But if you're that person who has an extreme back arch, sometimes muscles in the lower back and on the front of the hip can get too tight. The problem when you tuck your hips and you suck in your gut is it doesn't necessarily mean that those muscles in your lower back and hips became relaxed. More often than not, you're fighting against that tension. And a lot of times what we see is people moving at single segments in the low back to produce that motion. So you don't really gain range of motion, and in some cases, that can put more pressure in this area. So if you want a long-term fix, you gotta learn how to get your backside muscles and front hip muscles to chill. An easy place to start is lying on your back with one knee gently pulled toward your chest and your opposite foot flat on the ground. Take both of your arms, exhale, and slowly reach forward towards the ceiling without crunching. Take a long inhale in this position to allow the back to relax into the ground. On the exhale, press through the heel and ball of the foot to slowly come upward. If you get it right, you'll feel the glutes and hamstrings working. Do 3 sets of 10 reps. To restore segmental motion in the lower back, get in a seated position with your hands underneath your thighs. Take a long inhale through the nose and begin to kick the legs straight. This will cause you to roll backwards. Exhale and bend the knees to return to the start position. Do 3 sets of 10 rolls. To learn how to keep this relaxation in standing, do squats leaning back using a TRX. Take a long inhale at the start position, which will help shift your weight backwards. Stay heavy on your heels and slowly squat down, pushing your knees forward over the second toe. Exhale and come back to the start without locking the knees out. Do 3 sets of 10 reps. Try these moves for a few weeks and you ought to notice a difference in the degree of your anterior pelvic tilt.